Well, let me ask you this question to kind of kick us off, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I looked at your bio a little bit and I looked at your site. So I think from what I could gather, this is your first foray into the world of politics. So what made you kind of want to jump into the arena at this particular point in time?
That's a good question, and I get questioned on that often from my family members and good friends. Why do I want to go into the lunacy of politics? Mainly because I've been watching the decline, in my opinion, of where we are as citizens in our country. And I'm a veteran, as you mentioned, as you did your homework. And I served under the Reagan administration. And back then, it was a completely different world. So you fast forward to today, you don't even recognize who we are, what we're doing, and our purpose. So that was primarily the reason. And I think that my background could speak to, some of the key issues of the divide that's going on here in the United States. Because I've been voting most of my voting history as an independent. So I have a very different look. I'm not an extremist. Am I a moderate? Yeah, I'm definitely moderate in some cases. But I do believe the core values of America should be discussed in more of a balanced approach. That's the main reason why I came in, to help out where I can. If I can't get out, I do believe in term limits.
And it seems like you believe platform over party, I think is what you said.
Absolutely. It's all about the platform, because the platform really speaks to the voters, because that is our role. When we swear an oath to office, as I did in the Coast Guard, my oath was to the country, but now as a politician, if I'm so lucky, it's going to be to the voters. Not me, not the special interest groups, but to the voters.
Well, California, of course, and Aaron and I kind of were debating this a little bit going into the show, but I'll let Aaron jump on this if he's got a redirect for me. But I would say California, I think, is one of the more liberal-leaning states in the union.
Used to be.
I think it still is. I would think. I think so. But you're running, James, as a I can say, I think you would agree, a conservative Republican is what I would consider you. And a lot of what your website talks about, it would seem to me, is in support of an America First, pro-Trump agenda. And certainly looking at things like fundraising, name recognition, polling numbers, things like that. And of course, there's 25 people running for the seat. You have I would say it's fair to say you have a fairly considerable hill to climb here. So given all that, how can you realistically expect to win over not only moderates, but certainly people that consider themselves liberals here in the state to vote for you?
Well, I'm really trying to focus on our commonalities, because if you do a line across the different parties and our political persuasions, you'll see a lot of common points. So I want to focus on that first. And yes, I do have a steep hill to climb. I'm a grassroots candidate. I don't have any big funding, no special interest. And I prefer it that way because it allows me to maneuver. I'm a little more nimble, and I'm not beholden to those special interest groups. So maybe it's a long shot, but I'm beholden to our beliefs and my dedication and commitment to be a citizen as well as a veteran, to see what I can do from my level to bring some level of sanity back into government. So that was primarily the reason. But more importantly, where I think I could do well is I speak to the voters. My background is multicultural. I am Black, Hispanic. Of course, I'm a little whiter than Hispanic. But I think I have a really balanced view on what the issues are and where we can draw our commonality. So I think if that speaks to the voter, I'm your man. If you do the polarization, a party, and you want to go with your party, then obviously I would not be the right choice. But I think I do speak to majority of the voters in California. They're looking for some level of sanity in government, and I speak to that.